Hi everybody, it's Wendy Carrier, and tonight we're researching items to sell on eBay. I've made a couple videos already, one where we selected items from around our house and from the Goodwill to sell. Another video, we went ahead and took pictures. Also did a video on getting your items ready to ship, getting them weighed. And this video, we're figuring out how to price our items. Like the previous videos, you want to do everything in a group. It's much more time efficient to gather up all your items, do all your research at once, and then list them, not list, research, list, research. Always be cognizant of how much time you're spending, and you want to group your tasks the best you can. Tonight I'm going to show you, I consider this, this is to me one of the most fun parts about listing on eBay is doing your research. You start to get a chance to look around and see what else is selling, what other sellers are doing. And so one of the items, if you remember, we bought some Rockport shoes, some men's Rockport shoes. They have Velcro on them. So I'm putting up here in eBay search engine, Rockport shoes, Velcro. Ours are black. So we're going to see what comes up. And it's coming up with the completed listings, and that's because I have been playing around. Usually it's first going to come up with the active listings, and you want to look at active listings and you want to look at completed listings both. Your active listings are going to be your current competition. This is who else has the same item for sale right now. And we can see here right at the top, this is exactly the same shoes I have. They appear to be in about the same condition. This is another thing you want to do when you're doing your research, is start to get some ideas for keywords. This is your title, and all of your buyers are going to find you by having the keywords they put up here in eBay's search engine match the keywords that you use down here in your title. So use this chance to get some ideas on your keywords. Here we can see she's selling it for $28.99. And if we type through here, we can see she's asking for $10.55 to ship. So really altogether, her item is going to cost a buyer about $39. So we can see down here, Rockport, same shoes. These are new, and I only know this because I was already here. They did not put new in their title. And as a seller, they really ought to. If you're ever selling anything new, brag about it here. If I were a buyer, I'm just glancing through, I might not realize that these were new shoes. So new, they go for $70. The next thing, this is our competition though. So we know she's at about $39 with the shipping that she's charging. You also want to look at your completed listings for similar items. Here we have a pair that sold. Red on the completed listing is going to be things that did not sell, where the listing ended without the item being sold. Green is going to be successful sales. So green is good, and that's really what we want to look at. We might get some ideas for what not to do by looking at the reds, why they might not have sold. But here we see a pair that's not real good for $7. I hate this background, by the way. We talked about this in pictures. You really want your shoes or whatever item you're selling to look as professional as possible. A nice plain background. To me, the difference between this and this looks so much more professional. This looks like they threw some shoes on their dining room table. You really want to pay attention to how your listing looks. Now, I like this price, $31.99 with free shipping on a buy it now. And you can tell buy it now is going to be your good till canceled listings or your fixed price items, as opposed to up here, you can tell by the bid terminology that it was on an auction. Shoes lend themselves, unless it's a really hot, trendy shoe like Uggs. Shoes, gently used shoes in a particular size just lend themselves to a buy it now, because they're not going to be as fast moving, a particular shoe, a particular size, and the chance of you snagging the right buyer during your auction period is a lot smaller. So we're going to list these. I think what we're going to do, here's a pair, $25 plus probably $10 to ship. Same as my shoes. and altogether about $35. I am going to do a $34.95 buy it now with free shipping. It's going to price me a little bit lower than my competition, if you remember from the last page. A little bit lower than her. Buyers love the free shipping option, lower than her total. Buyers love the free shipping option, and so I'm going to make a note of that and go on to our next item to research. And if you remember, we have a broken Wii that we're selling for parts. It was just laying around my house. Happy to get what I can. Love a box. I wish I still had my Wii box. And always save your boxes, guys, if you're ever going to get rid of things. I think it helps you sell it better too. So we start to get an idea. This is our these are our active listings. So this is our competition, and you can see what people are listing it for. Somebody that has one bid must have started at 1998 with just one bid to still be at 1998. Here we can see some of our current competition. I'm also curious about what things actually sold. This is really where you're going to see what you can expect. $10. This is not the same item. $10 here, $30 there. They are selling remotes, which we don't have. Probably increases the value. So start to get an idea. We can see that this is a pretty fast moving item just by the amount that sell each day. These are all from the same day. This whole page, more and more and more. So $20, buy it now. I think we are going to put this on an auction. We might also do free shipping on this too, because it's going to make us more attractive than anybody else, and or more attractive than a lot of other sellers. And I think it's moving well enough that I'm comfortable to put it at a really low starting bid and just let it bid itself up. Auction science is that the lower you start the bid, the better you're going to do. I know that's counterintuitive for a lot of people, but I've read it so many times and I've seen it in my own auctions. It's been proven time and time again that if you start an auction low, it's just, you're going to generate more excitement. It's going to go higher. If you could start the same item at $1 and $20, you know, in two different auctions, and the dollar auction is going to close higher than the $20 auction most of the time. It's bizarre that way. So you almost want to start your auction at the very minimum that you will accept for an item. So you're going to do this with all your items. Look at active listings for your current competition. Look at completed listings for what you can expect in your past competition. Keep in mind to get your keyword ideas from what worked for other people or what didn't work. Take your good ideas from things that went at good prices, and do your own research. This is more of an art than a science, guys. You'll start to get a knack for this after a while when you're doing your research. Real quick thing I want you to see, which is a little separate than research. It's different research. When you're looking at shoes, or I mean any item, what I used to spend hours and hours doing, folks, and something you can do as well, is click through and see what other people are selling. So this is a mediumly. Anyway, he's got an overall feedback of 27.50. So he's selling, or at least he's sold in the past. So let's see what they're selling. She Loves Purple. I love the name of that store. And this is where you can start to get an idea for what other people are selling. And they've got a cute storefront. They do free shipping on everything. And you see the clothes and some shoes. And when I was poking through here earlier, I saw somebody that was, I've sold these before, wooden shoes, that was selling all gently used shoes. And then you can also get an idea. So this is where you can see, and you'll be like, geez, I just walked by that same item at the Goodwill the other day, and they're selling it for 35 bucks, and you saw it there for $4 or whatever. You can also see how busy somebody is by right here. Now this person's kind of busy. 61 items, 61 feedback. Now their overall sales were probably higher than that last month, because not everybody leaves feedback. They probably had 75 or 80 transactions, and shucks, if they're making $10 a transaction, guys, that's some extra money in your pocket. It could be a rent on your apartment. It could be a car payment. It could be a few nice dinners out. And then here you can see what's actually moving. This is the feedback that's been left. So you start to get an idea of how much they're selling and what they're selling. This is where you're going to get your best brainstorming, your best ideas. eBay is so wonderful because it is transparent. You can see what everybody else is doing. You can see what they're selling, how much they're selling, who's buying from them. I love eBay has that over Amazon every day. I love that about eBay. So anyway, I'm gonna continue researching the items. I'm gonna keep a list of what I've decided to list the stuff at. So when we go ahead and list it on the site on eBay, it's gonna make it go really quick. So join me in my next video when we actually list the items. I'm gonna give you some ideas on how to do that and make that go quick. If you haven't caught my other videos, I've got one about picking out the inventory, one about finding inventory from your house, setting up an eBay account if you haven't done that already, a PayPal account. And as always, join me at Wendy-Carrier for lots of ideas, free advice on selling online. Thanks for your time, guys, and I will see you soon.